How's it going, guys, and welcome to another video. On this channel, I have reiterated multiple times that if you want to break into cybersecurity, you need to have solid hands-on experience. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can build an easy cybersecurity home lab using two virtual machines just like this, a Kali Linux VM and an Ubuntu VM. And we will also simulate attacks from our Kali Linux machine towards our Ubuntu machine, a very small scenario using SNORT or network intrusion detection system, and then we'll also use the built-in Ubuntu firewall to block the Kali Linux. All of this amazing stuff, and you can build it very easily. So make sure you watch this video till the very end. If you're new to the channel, my name is Royden and I work as a cybersecurity professional in Melbourne, Australia. And through this channel, I aim to provide a lot of cybersecurity guidance to anyone who's in the domain or trying to break into the field of cybersecurity. On this channel, I have covered multiple home labs, and there are specifically 4 home lab projects that I highly recommend you should be doing if you want to get hired. So make sure you check that out. The links are going to be in the description. Also, if you've made it this far, do drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment. It helps with the algorithm and pushes the video and the channel out to new viewers as well. Coming to this video, I'm going to show you how you can build your own cybersecurity home lab setup using two virtual machines, a Kali Linux and an Ubuntu machine. The Kali Linux is going to be our attacker machine and our Ubuntu is going to be our victim or target machine. A quick disclaimer, this is a very basic home lab setup where I'll show you how you can build your own virtual machines in the cloud. And what I highly recommend is once you build it and test it, you should 100% be then practicing your own cybersecurity scenarios. Make posts about it on LinkedIn, tag me, the link is going to be in the description, and I love reading your posts and seeing all the different variants of the home labs that I have made on this channel. Alright, so gone are the days where in order to build a cybersecurity home lab, you needed expensive hardware. Because today, almost everything is digital and virtual. Now look, on this channel, when I've made videos in the past, I always use a laptop with VirtualBox, virtual machines, and all of that stuff. But you do need a higher specification laptop if you want to run multiple virtual machines at the same time. But in this video, I am going to completely eliminate the need of a high specification laptop because we are going to be hosting both our virtual machines in the cloud. And for that, we're going to be using Hostinger. So let's dive straight in and see what Hostinger is. So what is Hostinger? Hostinger is a cloud service provider that offers different types of services such as web hosting, virtual private services, etc. And in this video, we are going to be deploying our very own VPS, also called as a virtual private server. If you want to see the different types of services on their website, you just go to services here and you can scroll around and see what are the different offerings that they have. But for this specific video, we are only interested in their VPS. So once you create your account and log into Hostinger, you'll get a dashboard like this. So in our case, we just go to VPS, and over here, I've already got 2 VPSs running. But when you want to get your own VPS, you just click on the Get VPS option right here. You choose KVM VPS. Once you're there, it will then ask you for the region. You can see there are multiple regions that you can choose from based on what offers you lower latency. In this case, Indonesia is auto-picked as the best latency. I'm just going to go next. You then get the option to choose what OS you want to install on this VPS. Now, in this case, I want to install Kali Linux because for those who don't know, Kali Linux is a cybersecurity focused virtual machine which has got a lot of tools inbuilt, which is mainly used for cybersecurity use cases. So I'm just going to go Kali Linux, select the version, go next. Here you can set your root password for your VPS. In this case, I'm just going to give a password. Once done, SSH key at this point, I do not want to add it, so I'll just leave it. You go next. It's giving you additional features as well. You just go next. And then here it will give you the pricing. Now for this, you've got to select a pricing plan. So you can go with KVM1 or KVM2. I'm just going to go with KVM1, and it then shows you the server quantity where you can choose how many servers you want to deploy. For this case, we want 2, but for now I'll just select 1. And there are different types of plans. So you've got the 24-month plan, the 12-month plan, as well as the 1-month plan. I am just going to go for the 12-month plan. You can now use a coupon code called the Social Dork, which will give you 10% off the bill for this specific VPS. Social Doc, the coupon code is going to be in the description as well as it's on the screen right now. So you can use that and you can purchase your VPS. I've already got 2 VPSs running, which is my Ubuntu and my Kali Linux. On Hostinger, on their dashboard, you can do all sorts of other stuff with your VPS that's already been set up. So you just go to Manage. And once you're there, you can see there are different options. You can see the CPU usage, the memory usage, disk usage, how much traffic is coming in, how much traffic is going out. You can also add firewall rules in here, take backups, do all of that stuff in order to manage your VPS. Therefore, for those who don't have high specification laptops and they want to run 3 or 4 different types of virtual machines, you can also consider getting Hostinger. Use my coupon code, and you can literally, with a base laptop model, as long as you have a good internet connection, because you've got to eventually connect to the server, you will easily be able to run different types of cybersecurity home labs. For now, I'm just going to copy the IP addresses of both of these virtual machines, and then I'm going to use PuTTY in order to remotely connect into the VMs. Now, what you can also do is they've also got a terminal option right here, which opens up the console in the browser itself. However, I don't want to do that, and I'm going to use PuTTY. So I'm just going to go PuTTY, open that, and let's copy the IP address. You paste the IP address here, open, we'll enter our credentials. And once you do so, you get access to your Ubuntu VM. So let's quickly check the IP address and make sure it is what we copied. So that's exactly the same. And let's quickly connect to our Kali Linux VPS as well. So once again, you just go to VPS, copy the IP address for the Kali Linux, open PuTTY. All right, so let's have our Kali Linux window here, and let's open our Ubuntu window right here. For the purpose of this lab, I've already got like a notepad file with a flow of exactly what I'm going to do. So let's quickly revisit that notepad file. So the first thing that we're going to do is on our Kali Linux, we are going to install NMAP. Now, NMAP is a tool that helps in performing reconnaissance, which means finding out what are the different services that are running on a target network, on a target machine. So in this case, on our Kali Linux, I'm just going to go apt install nmap, and that will install nmap for us. And once nmap is installed, you just go nmap and you paste the IP address of your Ubuntu VM, and this will then perform reconnaissance and tell you what services are running on your target machine. So here you can see the scan is complete, and it's showing us that SSH is the service running on port 22. Now what I'm going to do is on our Ubuntu machine, I'm going to install and run SNORT. SNORT is a network intrusion detection system which literally alerts on any suspicious traffic that's entering your network or your target machine. In order to do that, you run the command apt install SNORT, hit enter, and all of your SNORT configuration files should then be loaded on your Ubuntu VPS. In the installation wizard, it's going to ask you for an address range for the local network. At this point, I'm just going to leave it as blank, hit OK, because you can always go in and configure the local networking settings later on in the SNORT config as well. Once SNORT is installed, you just check the version that's running on SNORT by running snort-v. It will show you the SNORT version, and all config files associated with SNORT are present in the etc/snort directory. So let's navigate to that directory. And here, if you go, you can see all the SNORT associated files. So snort.conf, so let's go nano snort.conf. This is the main SNORT configuration file. And here you can go and change a lot of different options like setting variables and all of the other amazing stuff, which I highly recommend you to do. But for the purpose of this video, I am not going to be doing that. But you can always have a look at the SNORT config, and to exit this, Control X. What we are mainly concerned with is rules associated with SNORT. So what is the role of rules in SNORT? What rules do is you can sort of define different types of actions that you want to be taken when certain type of traffic is either entering or exiting your target machine or your target network. Those rules are under the rules directory. So let's go into the rules directory, and here under local rules is where you define these rules. So you just go nano local.rules, and in here I'm first going to add a rule which is going to alert on any ICMP related traffic. So let's copy that and quickly paste that rule here, and Control O to write to the file, and Control X. And what we'll do is we'll start our SNORT listener service using this specific command. So this will listen on ETH0 and it will use the snort config, which is in the etc/snort directory. So we hit enter and start a snort listener service. And we then go to our Kali Linux machine where we will ping our Ubuntu VM. And once you do that, you can see our snort is alerting on ICMP traffic detected based on the snort rule that we configured under local.rules. So great, that's amazing. What I now want to do is I'm going to add another rule for SSH traffic as well. So let's go nano local.rules, and I'm just going to copy this SSH specific rule as well. Paste that here, Control O to write and Control X. So once that SSH rule is added, we just quickly copy our snort listener config as well. So we start the snort listener, hit enter, and on our Kali Linux, let's try SSHing into our Ubuntu VM. So you hit enter, and the moment you do that, you can see you're getting all of these SSH login attempted messages because this was configured in our local rules under snort. So let's Control C here. And usually what happens is with a network intrusion detection system, if you see anything suspicious, you can then go in and configure rules to block that traffic. So what I am now going to do is I'm going to use UFW, which is an inbuilt firewall on Ubuntu, and let's block our Kali Linux IP address from accessing SSH. So in order to do that, let's go to our notepad file again, and let's copy this specific command right here, which will help in adding a block rule to block our Kali Linux traffic. So here we just replace the Kali Linux IP section with the actual Kali Linux IP. Forgotten what that is, so I'm quickly going to go to Hostinger and copy that IP address. There it is. And once we're here, I'm just going to paste that and hit enter. Okay, it says rules updated, so let's go UFW status. So it says it's currently inactive, so let's enable it. UFW enable is how we do that. Let's go UFW status again, and now it says it's active, and this is the specific rule which is in there. All right, so let's start a snort listener service once again. Copy that, paste it here, and let's go back to our Kali Linux VM and try accessing SSH once again. So the moment you do that, you are still getting your snort rules because the SSH traffic is indeed hitting your Ubuntu, but you can see here there's no password prompt that's opening on the Kali Linux, which means that your UFW firewall rule is blocking this specific traffic now, so you're not even getting the option to put in a password and log into your Ubuntu machine. So this is a very simple scenario. Just like this, you can try different types of cybersecurity scenarios using Hostinger. Once again, you can go to your dashboard, you can go into the manage section under your KVM, and here as well you can add firewall rules. For example, I highly recommend you to check Hostinger out. The pricing is very low as compared to a lot of the other competitors out there in the market. Do check it out, build your own cybersecurity scenarios, post this on LinkedIn, make different types of labs, tag me, tell me what you learned. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you can take these labs to the next level and make them more complicated. If you've liked this video, as always, drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I highly recommend you to check my cyber analyst roadmap video, which should be on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.